Hey folks, and welcome to part 19 of Gurumin, a Monstrous Adventure. In the last part, we pretty much did some more of what I call reverse dungeons. We pretty much finished off the Eggplant Caverns, well, one of the stages within the Eggplant Caverns, and then we made our way towards Pimento Mountain because we still need to open up some stages within the Eggplant Caverns in order to pretty much complete the game. So we just can't rush into, doing all of Eggplant Caverns. We still have to unlock some more, but I figured, I show off at least the first stage within the caverns to give us an idea of what we'll be going through as we finish off to complete the rest of the game. So folks, how are you doing today? I'm doing pretty normal as always. I'm really enjoying the weather change here in my state that I live in Florida. Yeah, the hot state. Yeah, Sunshine State indeed. I don't even know why people move here in the first place. Obviously, I'm sick of this state, and if I could, I would move to a different state. If I could, maybe in the future, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know why people move down here. It's too hot here, in my opinion anyway. So yeah, if you love sunshine weather and you just love being outside and wearing shorts and even in the winter time you like wearing shorts, come on and move to this state. You're gonna enjoy it, and you're gonna enjoy all the weirdos here too. But that's weirdos in every state. I like to think there's weirdos in every state, but yeah, folks, we are pretty much, like I stated before, we're going through some more reverse dungeons in order to unlock some more of Eggplant Caverns. So, yeah, like I stated before, I stated there's plenty parts too. I don't mind doing that, it gives more time to enjoy the game. But I wish instead of it being reverse dungeons, I wish it was new dungeons. Um, that was available to it. I guess, reversing something makes it new, I want to say, but not really, because you pretty much know where everything is. You just have to, it's just reverse. So, yeah, that really does make it fun, but it makes it more predictable, but, whatever. But anyway, just to go off a tangent, since we've already been here before, I wanted to state the fact that Dragon Ball Super and is probably gonna make this commentary outdated, but whatever. The voice acting on that is kind of questionable. I heard Dispo voice for the first time, and I was like, wow. And they keep calling Topo Top for some reason. I don't understand that. Funimation, what the hell are you guys doing? And Vermont, the God of Universe 11, yeah, not the choice voice actor that I was thinking that he would have as his English debut, but, whatever. It's Funimation's decision, which I haven't been really fond of, their decisions of lately, but I still like the company. They still the only company out there that introduced the West to pretty much dub, the dubbing anime. I think they're the biggest dubbing animation company out there, and I had news of like they're breaking their deal with Crunchyroll, and by the time this part goes up, that deal is probably already over with. I don't know what Crunchyroll and Funimation had to break out with, but whatever happens, happens. It usually happens in the business trade and all that good stuff. So, also that Brawly trailer that they keep showing for the Dragon Ball Super movie, which I don't really understand why they making a movie. I guess they was tired of the series or whatever. But that movie with the Brawly, man, it looks sick, man. And I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a great movie. I see a fan-made animation of the Brawly Super movie by Mastar Media. You folks should definitely check it out. Just type it in YouTube and you'll be able to find it easily. But I just finished watching that a couple of days ago, and wow, that was great. That guy is really good. He's been doing a great job so far as like getting voice actors, English voice actors to voice the characters within his animation and stuff like that. So, you know, if you guys are interested in like fan-made stuff, check out that guy. He's pretty good. I discovered him about a year ago and been enjoying his content on his channel so far, as though he does like discussions and stuff like that too. So if you guys are interested, go check him out. I'm pretty sure if you're a big DBZ fan, you'll be entertained with his stuff. So yeah, as far as like DBZ Super been going, I've been watching a lot of also like What If and fan mangas of DBZ, and man, some of them are dark. Some of them are dark and interesting, and some of them are just plain interesting. But yeah, we're going through this lava section again within the game once more, and it makes me think of that one lava level in Super Mario Galaxy. I still have to play that game. At least I got the second one, which I saw at a local GameStop when they were selling Wii games at the time, and I decided to pick it up. I mean, my GameStop still sell Wii games, you know, and Wii U games, but yeah, they don't have that many interesting Wii games, as far as like they have like mediocre Wii games. Like basically they have the Wii games that nobody really plays, like I saw like a Disney, it was a Disney game, I forgot what it was called, but it was some Disney game, and other sports games that, you know, only the hardcore fans of sports games would enjoy. How would you even play Madden? Like, could you imagine if the Madden game on the Wii was like motion sensitive? That would be weird. Like, it'll be a lot of people losing weight quick if they was interested in that sort of game. But just going, because I know I'm jumping all over topics in this playthrough. I can kind of blame the caffeine for that, because I'm kind of hyped up on that a little bit. You know, it's early in the morning at the time of this recording anyway. It's about it was about 8 a.m. Eastern time for me anyway. So, you know, gotta get up, get that caffeine in before I start the day. And that night sky glimpse that I got back there, that was pretty gorgeous. Like, could you imagine living on a planet with 2 moons? Like, not only would that be interesting, but I think that planet would be in danger too, because as you know that our moon affects the tides within our world. So, you know, could you imagine how the tides would be in that planet? I don't know. I'm just caffeine's kind of getting to me right now, folks. So I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time. But yeah, we're still going through the reverse dungeons. But enough of that, because you pretty much already know what we're doing. But anyway, just to go off a quick tangent. Yeah, another one. I just found out the list, and I'm pretty sure it's out by now. I just found out the list about the PlayStation Classic. You know, PlayStation is making like a mini console, kind of trying to compete, I guess, with the NES Classic and the SNES Classic. But anyway, I found out the games on the PlayStation Classic, and I am truly disappointed. I mean, if you're hyped about it, good for you. I mean, more power to you. But me, oh man, I already got about half those games anyway. I own half those games anyway that's on that list. So man, I was just disappointed. My expectations wasn't high with it to begin with in the first place. So, you might be asking, why are you disappointed if your expectations wasn't high for it? Well, I had some hopes, but I guess it wasn't enough to, because I was hoping maybe they had some Crash or some Spyro, or, the games that made the PlayStation what it is and what it was, and I figured there'd be some Ape Escape on that, Spyro, Ape Escape, Parappa the Rapper, Crash, none of that is on there. The only thing that's notable on there is Intelligent Cube, which a game I haven't played in about 20 plus years, and a Tekken 3, which I already have, and yeah, Metal Gear Solid, which I haven't played, but I should get to soon. Did I play Metal Gear Solid? I think I played a little bit of it, but I don't think I obviously never beat it before. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid. What else was on there? I'm trying to think of the other games that was on there. But anyway, I saw the list on Twitter a few days ago prior to, recording of this, and I saw that list, and oh man, just the sheer amount of disappointment with that. But yeah, I didn't see anything that was any thing noteworthy. I mean, like I stated before, half of those games on there I already had. Rayman I saw was on there, and a bunch of other games that I didn't really care for. And oh man, it was just, yeah, the sheer amount of disappointing. And people, there are rumors going around about a Paris dancing. There's a there's a rumor going around about an N64 classic. Now I'm a little more kind of prepped for that, but I'm also a little bit of skeptical because what if they don't have GoldenEye 007 GoldenEye? That made the N64, as well as I know for a fact that they're gonna have Super Mario 64. That's a given. If this console turns out to be true. So yeah, I know they're gonna have Super Mario 64. They might have Smash Bros. I'm not sure, but like, what other games they're gonna have on there? I'm a little worried because even though I had an N64 growing up, I didn't have a bunch of games. Wait, yeah, I did. I had a bunch of. Well, no, I only had a handful of games for it, including Mario Party 2. I remember having that game. I don't even know how I came in contact with that game. I just knew I had it in my library. Um, Super Smash Bros. Yeah, that's good. Wave Race. How many of you folks remember that? That music in that game is fantastic. That whole game is just fun. They're gonna have Mario Kart on there. That's a given. That made the N64 what it is, and I don't know what other games they're gonna have on there, to be honest. So we'll just have to wait and see if it turns out to be true. So we'll just find out what happens. I don't know why they're coming up with these classic consoles these days. And they had a Sega, like a Sega retro kind of I guess you could call it like a Sega classic, and it was not good. That thing was just awful, and I honestly had it, and I gave it to my siblings because I had no need for it. It was awful, and it was just horrible. It was a Christmas present too, so yeah. I was grateful for the thought, but man, that console thing, the sound was so butchered on that thing. Like, you better off just getting, you're better off just going ahead and spend your money on getting a Sega Genesis or getting the Sega collection on the PS3. It, like, I don't even know why they made it for the PSP. Like, they had some games on the PSP that wasn't available for the PlayStation 3, and I always found that kind of odd because the PSP do have a Sega Genesis collection. I might just show that off for the channel here, just to see the differences, just for you folks can see the differences. I might just do a let's look at on that. I'm thinking about it now, and actually that would be kind of interesting for you folks to look at. If you're not familiar with the Sega Classic collection on the PSP, oh man, that console, that poor handheld. Oh man, it had its fair share of good games, but man, like it did better than the Vita, because the Vita is basically dead right now. I only know a few people who actually owns the Vita, and they only own it for RPGs, so basically that's what the Vita is for, RPGs, because that's the most things they ever have for it. Man, these enemies are just running to their death. I mean, I don't blame them, but jeez, like, let me catch up at least. Man, it clearly looked like that guy just fell off the cliff, like, no kidding. But I guess not. But I was tempted to see where this path lead, but I really need to go after that guy first, because it looks like he's got something interesting to show us. I mean, not really, it's just showing us another path to go to, but still though, there's some pots along this path if you want to go ahead and collect them. Remember that it's not optional you know, well, it is optional to break the pots and defeat the enemies. I was trying to say delete the enemies. This isn't a reboot. Uh, the Calls with the Most showed me something on Netflix. It was like a something to do with reboot. I never really. You guys remember? Why can't I talk? You guys remember that show, right? Like Reboot that used to be on Cartoon Network. I never really cared for it, you know, because it was CGI, and me being a kid back then really didn't really care for CGI. I mean, some stuff will pass the day. Like when I'm watching a show, especially a cartoon show, I care about the art style. If the art style looks like trash, I'm not gonna watch it. As simple as that. You know, I don't care how interesting it may be, but then again, it can have fantastic visuals and, you know, still, it can look amazing, but the story is kind of crap. But when you're watching cartoons and stuff, you don't really care about story. Well, not as much. You really care about, you know, what the plot of that specific episode gonna be about. So, yeah, it's very rarely that cartoons continue a continuous story. Mostly cartoons are just one-shot episodes. I mean, in later episodes, they may show some sort of continuality with previous episodes, but you know, that's kind of once in a blue moon that cartoons do that. I mean, more cartoons these days are doing that, but back then we just cared about what was happening to the characters in that specific episode. So, oh man, I miss simpler times. I mean, I really do. I miss simpler times back then when you can just turn on the TV and find a good cartoon show. These days, cartoons are just crap. I mean, if a character's not doing some sort of trend that's going on today, then that cartoon's not going to be very interesting for modern kids. Man, like, I'm trying not to go into a big tangent when it comes to that, but you know, it's just whatever at this point. But yeah, it took me a while to figure out what I was doing and what I was trying to do, but in the end I figured out where to go. I didn't notice that this path split right here, so yeah, I had a difficult time trying to figure out, you know, what the heck am I supposed to do and where am I supposed to go. And it would have been good to have a guidebook on this game, but that's what the internet for these days. If you know, got the internet, that is your guidebook. You can simply just type in a few things and you'll be able to figure out what you need to do. Like for example, Tales, I played I think I mentioned this in the previous part, I'm not sure, but I might have mentioned this in another playthrough, but I was recently playing the Tales of Xyla, I think it's what it's called, if I'm even saying that right. Great game, by the way. You folks should play it if you're interested in any of the Tales games. If you're not playing Symphonia, you should play that at least. But I was playing Tales of Xyla. It got two main characters that you play with this Jude and Mila. You play through their stories separately. So basically you're getting 2 full playthroughs, and I have like 60 plus hours. This guy is annoying, by the way, but I got 60 plus hours in that game. So yeah, if I do that for the channel, I'm just gonna focus on one story. But anyway, I was stuck for a while. I was trying to find the Devil Beast and what to do. The Devil Beasts basically are the in-game weapons, the max weapons that you can get. Like, it's the weapon with the most stats, as you can see through like most games that do that. That have like maximum weapons. Like one example I can think of is the Final Fantasy series, where you go for the ultimate weapon. Kingdom Hearts does that too, but anyway, you have to look for Devil Beasts, and the thing with Devil Beasts is that they only show up at end game, obviously, and they're not that hard to find, but I just needed to know what was the recommended level to be at when I was fighting those things, because I didn't want to get one-shotted by them. So yeah, the Devil Beast holds the character's ultimate weapon with them, so in order to get the character's ultimate weapon, you have to beat them. So yeah, I'll go into more more explanation with that when I eventually get to that game. Like I stated before, I'm only gonna do one character's gameplay, and I'll probably edit, you know, the characters because nothing changes as far as like gameplay wise. But I'll probably show like the different characters' story projectives through cutscenes and stuff like that. So essentially, I'll be doing 2 playthroughs, but not really. I'll just have to see what I'll do between that point. It's gonna be a heck of a time when I get to that. Eventually, when I get to that. So as of now, I'm not worried about it. But you know, whenever I get to it, I'm going to freaking get to it. But right now, I was just seeing what I can buy as far as like you know, as far as items and stuff like that. But I was just checking out, you know, what I can upgrade, what I can upgrade, and see about that. But right now I am upgrading the headdress, which the effective damage with 25%. So yeah, I'm just upgrading what I can. The vampire kit, which is actually another good one. So yeah, damage reduced by 25% effect, but the vampire lets you absorb damage. So that's a good thing to get too. I told you to make sure that you have that within your inventory as well. So yeah, every time you upgrade, you get some sort of like bonus effect with it. So you want to make sure that you do that all the time. So yep, that's what I'm doing now. I'm just stacking upgrades. I mean, why not? I had a lot of junk to begin with, so why not use it? And that dog just opened the door to leave the shop. How the heck did that dog do that when it don't try to apply game logic to playing games because it don't make any sense. And number one, it's a game, and number two, yeah, you're trying to put logic into it. So right now, now that I upgrade those, there's a cutscene that's coming up. So I didn't do that in the last part, and I apologize for that. So I'm gonna do it in this part. So I'm gonna shut up and let the cutscene play out. I'll see you guys in the next part of Gurumin, A Monstrous Adventure.
Well, well, your visit is an honor, but I cannot let you pass.
I am in a hurry. Please stand aside.
I'd love to, but I don't want to.
You leave me no choice.
You should have gone into retirement.
Not while I can still be useful.
Yeah!
Your friends would not approve of your plans.
Huh? You figured it out? No matter. Even you, the legendary warrior, can't stop me now. She's here.
We will finish this later.